After graduating from university, I searched for a job for 2 years and I could not get a single job. I was frustrated, I was depressed, tried writing several exams, several recruitment exams, and I was not selected. Not that I failed, and I started asking myself, what exactly can I do to actually survive? That was when I actually tried this and it changed everything. If you apply what I'm about to share in this video, you won't need to start searching for a job after graduation. Even before you graduate, you'll be able to set yourself up and be able to do anything substantial with what you already have. Pay attention in this video because I'm going to be sharing with you everything you need and the process I took in a way that I was able to set myself up without searching for a job anymore. The first thing I want you to understand is that I'm not saying school is actually bad, but I'm saying that your expectation of you getting a certificate should not be that you are using that certificate to get a job. Your expectation of you going to school and getting to the university is for you to get educated. And while you are in school, you have to try everything in your best to get out with a very good grade, because this will actually give you enough insight and enough knowledge about your subject matter. And this will lead you to the next step, which I'll be sharing with you, because that is what I actually did. I studied economics and education, and I was actually trained to be a teacher. But then after searching for a job, applied to several places, I was not actually accepted because of the experience problem. How do you expect me to already have 3 years experience after graduation? But then I was not selected for some reasons, and I don't want to settle for less. So I actually took matters in my own hands. If you are not searching for a job, then the next option you need to have is to have a business, is to start a business. And when it comes to starting a business, you need to start small. You don't need to have so much money in your account. In fact, you can start with what you have. That is me as an example. I started with what I have. I didn't spend so much. I started with everything around me with my phone. As long as you have your phone and your internet, you can do what I'm about to share. But the first thing you need to do is to look inward and look into the problems that you have. Because if you want to start a business and you want to stand on your own, you need to solve a problem. And in order for you to solve a problem, instead of going too far, just look inward and what are the problems that you have. Looking inward, you can search for a particular problem, solve that your problem, and sell the solution. This is actually what I did. When I was in school, I failed my exam woefully. Due to the fact that I knew that that was the problem that I had, I went ahead to search for information that will actually help me study. And while I was in school, I actually helped other students also. And that was when it clicked on me. When I finished that, I can actually convert this into a business. So if I didn't solve my own problem, there was no how I'll be able to set up a business or start my own venture. So you need to discover your problem and solve your own problems. After solving your own problems, you need to document the journey. Document the journey and read more on that problem that you've solved. Then after doing that, then you need visibility, because in the world of today, you need visibility. In order for you to get the visibility, you need to build a personal brand by posting online. You can use different platforms to post online, either TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or anything. Due to the fact that you solve your own problem, you understood the obstacle that you faced and you turned that into a hook in a way that you'll be able to sell to people and be able to attract the people with the same problem. You know your avatar very well because you once had a problem. Then you have to use the problem as a selling point to hook them in and to make it relatable with your content. After you are able to use the problem to hook them in, you need to actually leverage what you already have. After you must have solved your own problem, you need to leverage on what you already have. What are the things? Because right now you want to build a business without having anything. You don't have money, you don't have anything, but you need to leverage what you already have, and that is your phone. Your phone is one important asset you need to actually use at this point in time. As long as you have an internet connection, and you can, of course, you find a way to get it. You find a way to get data to actually watch videos and watch TikTok online. So that should not be a problem. So with the little that you have, you can start posting online and start using the problem that you've solved and use it as a hook to draw people in. You start with the problem in your content, and as much as you start with the problem in your content, you are making it relatable enough for people to come in to your video and you provide the solution that you've actually used personally to solve your own problem. So the problem could be anything at all, as long as you are showing up online, because people come online to search for solutions to their problem. And if you are the first person to show up and you are consistent, people tend to trust you. And there are possibilities that they will patronize you if you have anything to sell. And that's the next thing we need to get into, aside from the video you post online, because most of these platforms that you post to, either YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, they have their own in-platform monetization. But that is not the goal here. The goal here is to build a business. And the goal is to build a business with what you already know from school, or the problems that you've already solved. And right now you need to create a particular value. Particularly, for example, for me, while I was solving my problem, and along the way, when I searched for job and I could not get it, I actually created an ebook about the documented problem that I solved, my framework on how to study in school. I converted it into an ebook, and I also provide services. So I use my video as a marketing tool to tell them that, okay, if you're having issues with this, you can click the link in the description to get access with what I have to do, or promote my ebook. So the more I do that, the more, as long as people are searching and you show up, they'll watch your video and you build trust, and they'll patronize you, they'll buy your products, they'll buy your services, and that's how you make money. So the idea here is that you need to be consistent, because you need to keep showing up and you need to take it serious. You need to keep showing up and you need to keep looking for other ways to solve your problem. And as you are going, more problems will unfold along the way, and you need to provide solutions to it along the way, like that. And that's how you keep going. What I'm saying is not a short-term thing. You need to actually build a brand, and you need to be consistent. This is a business model that you can do without having any money, because when I started posting online, I didn't have money. I only had my phone, and the phone I had then was not as good as this. But then I kept showing up and I kept pushing. Another thing is to turn your knowledge into income, which I've explained earlier. The knowledge that you've gotten in school, what actually helped me particularly is because I studied education and economics, and together with the problem that I have, I was able to combine them, the knowledge from my education and the documented solution that I've gotten for my problem. I was able to combine them together to make a solid thing. I am presenting myself as an expert to solve that particular problem that I had. So that is it. If you got so much value, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. You can also check out this other video on how you can start a business as a student while in school. So thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.